I mean, come on, a logical deduction roguelike game where I play as a detective and there's smooth jazz in the background while I play. It's like the game was made for me. Welcome to Dupery. Let's check out this new demo, part of the Steam Next Fest. You can check out the game, link in the description down below. Welcome back, detective. I'm familiar with your past work, truly remarkable. Thank you. I did find out that the root trees are dead in the Root Trees Are Dead series, using logical deduction as well. I didn't think you'd respond to my summons. So, you're to blame for me coming out of retirement? Humph. Well, I wouldn't be too glad. If they've given me my office back, it must be dire out there. It's true. Things have grown bleak of late. The syndicate has returned, detective. Agent 47's needed. And between you and me, their corruption has spread into the very foundations of the city. You're the only one I can trust. If it wasn't for this case, I'd call you crazy. But I can't make head or tail of this report. Of course, things have changed a lot around here since you left. Let me explain how it works nowadays. Firstly, familiarize yourself with the case's information. On the left, I've broken down all of our suspects into 4 categories and listed how many there are of each on the board. So we got 1 innocent and we got 1 underling. And those suspects are the priest, who is an innocent, and then a scoundrel, who is the underling. Okay. Innocent and meddler roles are good. They are not part of the syndicate. We should avoid arresting them. Yeah, that's a common thing with innocent people. You should avoid that. Underling and traitor are evil, confirmed members of the syndicate. All evil must be arrested before moving on to the next case. Okay, so there's 1 innocent and 1 underling in town. Exactly. Let's look at our suspect list on the right. This is a list of suspected roles that might be involved with this case. You can hover over each to see what they do. Okay, so we got the priest. You're an innocent good. When investigated, you announce, I am the priest. When I am lying or tainted, I will announce something else. Okay. Sure. So if the priest says he's a priest, he's a priest. Scoundrel. I cannot die or be arrested unless I am the only unarrested and alive evil. Okay. Sure. If you need more information about a role, simply click while hovering over them. Remember, all in-play roles are suspected, but not all suspected roles are necessarily in play. All in-play roles are suspected, but not all suspected roles are necessarily in play. Okay. What do you mean by in-play? Oh, well, if we look at the center here, you'll see the board. Every door here has a role living behind it. Roles on the board count as in-play roles. As such, not in-play roles are roles that are suspected, but not actually on the board. I think I got all that. Sure. Sure, if you have it good enough for me, I'm playing as you. So we have a scoundrel and a priest living behind these doors. Indeed, this case is open and shut. We just need to find out which is which. Hold to investigate a role. Doing so will let us see what role is behind the door. Okay. To start, let's investigate both roles. So I'm going to investigate. I don't think this is right, but this is good to see, right? I am considered a self-confirmed role. When I am lying or tainted, I announce one of the following statements. I am the priest. I am the monk. I don't feel so good. Am I a good priest? Am I a holy priest? Have you come to pray? I was the priest. I'll be the priest. Okay. So yeah, you're a self-confirmed role, a role that can prove its own innocence. Good. Let's investigate this door, okay? So you say, I am the priest. And you say, you're just a scoundrel, right? I think I found our syndicate member. Yeah. I think that's pretty fair, because you are not lying, so you are definitely the priest, and thus you're the scoundrel, and I will hold to arrest you. The case is solved. Took me 5 hours to do that. I continue. That's good. Here's another case I encountered recently. Demonstrated one of the biggest problems of the syndicate. They're experts at lying and pretending. Thankfully, we can use their information to figure out which is which. In these kinds of situations, why don't we just arrest them both? Arresting a good role would certainly cause us trouble, reducing our reputation by 2 notches, so just be careful. If your reputation drops too low, well, I get it. You don't need to spell it out. I've been kicked out of my office once in the past, so I know how it goes. Okay. We'll unpack that over a drink after we solve some crimes. Okay, this is the mobster. You lie and pretend to be an in-play role. Yep, I understand. So I investigate you. You are the priest. And I investigate you. Am I a good priest? That means that you are a bad priest. And I'm going to continue. This is good. This is good. We're unpacking stuff, man. Before we begin the search, I thought it best to look through some of your old cases. The glory days. Well, what's all this mess? Oh dear, it seems someone has made a mess. We better clean this up. I suppose now would be a good time to show you the new note-taking tools. Try to rub out this mess with the eraser. Okay, yeah, I love this. Click to pick up the eraser, hold to erase, and then I can click to put it down. Scrolling will increase the tool's size area as well. Oh, heck yeah, man. Dude, games that I can draw all over the board immediately go up in my book. There, that should do it. Excellent. Should you wish to make your own notes in the future, make use of the pen and pins on the left. When using them, you can change the pen or pin's color by scrolling or holding down the middle mouse button to open an entire color wheel. Heck yeah, man. Unlike the other tools, pins must be dragged from their spot onto the board by holding left click. You can click right click to remove. Once your pins are down, you can click to connect them with a string. Strings, pins, and pens could be useful, but let's get to it, shall we? Of course, detective. Case is a little more complex. Quite a few new suspects. Make sure to have a look before making rash decisions. Okay. The reporter. When investigated, you announce... Okay, so there's 5 doors on the table and only 6 suspects. So there's going to be one person that isn't in here, right? When investigated, I announce how many steps I need to take to reach the closest evil. When investigated, I announce how many of my adjacent neighbors are evil. We know the priest. When investigated, I announce 1 in-play roll and 1 not in-play roll. Interesting, okay. And then you lie, and you obscure 1 non-meddler roll, hiding its name, appearance, and information. Numbers are not obscured, and you lie. Okay. It's a lot going on with that. Let's investigate. So there's the mailman. The priest lives in town. I've never heard of the therapist. Okay. So the mailman announces 1 in play and 1 not in play. So if you're not lying, which theoretically you could be a mobster lying, right? If you're not lying, then the therapist is who we're missing. Let's keep going, okay? Reporter, I'm 2 steps away from the closest evil. Okay. That's good because that makes this a potential evil, right? But that also means that you could potentially be evil as well. How do I want to click to drop the string? Yeah, something like that. So one of these 2 is evil, right? So if we investigate you, you're a therapist. Okay. Obviously, you cannot have 3 evil clients. You don't even have 3 adjacent people. So we know that you're bad. Okay. That's the Spectre. That's the Spectre. So you are definitely a good boy. Okay. That means that one of these is bad. There's the Spectre's person that they silenced. Okay. And then here's a reporter. I'm 2 steps away from the closest evil. That's a lie because you're 1 step away from the closest evil. Okay. Good. I think I'm supposed to move faster, meaning not open as many doors, but I mean, look, I need my data. I need my data. Taylor. Ability. Pick 2 rolls. I announce if they are the same alignment. Okay. Mathematician. When investigated, I announce the sum of all evil roll addresses? Okay. Interesting. Detective. Do you see the blue hand symbol? That signifies the roll has a one-time ability and is willing to help us. Handy. These are useful skills you can choose to use whenever you want. To use an ability, simply click on the roll and then follow the instructions. Make sure to read what the ability is before jumping in. Always useful to know what to expect. So, I guess if this... Does this imply that the Taylor is always good, man? Because if I can use them, right? When I am lying or tainted, I will announce the opposite result to what is true. Okay. Yeah, that's so much worse. You are the priest, so we know you're not lying. Because the priest is a known good. There's only 1 mobster. I'm going to use the Taylor. Roll 1 and 3 are not the same alignment. Okay, so if the Taylor is telling the truth, That makes sense. Frick. Odd. 2 tailors. One of them must be the mobster. Their ability will still work, but as they are a liar, the information they give will be incorrect. Okay. Use abilities wisely, detective. They're often instrumental in solving cases. So if you said these are not the same alignment, then theoretically, you should say those are not the same alignment. I am realizing that this does effectively mean I did the exact same thing twice, which was not smart, okay? I should have checked these two because you're a known good, right? Yeah, you being a known good is what I should have abused here. The tailor lives in town. I've never heard of the mathematician. It's a 50-50, man. I did not use my rule correctly. I don't know, man. I just think this one's the bad guy. That's not how you solved that, for the record. But it's good. I remember reading this case report years ago in Nasty Business. Both a meddler and a traitor are in play. Okay. Meddlers and traitors. Rings a bell. Could you perhaps explain those to me again? Well, meddlers are good, if you can believe that. They'll often cause you a lot of trouble, but arresting them hurts your reputation. Yes, it's all coming back. Traitors are pure evil. They make solving the case much harder. I must arrest any I find. Correct. Good luck. Okay. Weatherman. When investigated, you announce 3 addresses. 1 address leads to an innocent, 1 leads to a meddler, and 1 leads to an underling or traitor. Okay, the weatherman's kind of sick. Vigilante, you pick a role. If the selected role is evil, you kill them. Okay, Town of Salem rules. I'm here for it. Meddler, on the 12th hour, I might kill an innocent. What the hell, man? Okay. This is just messed up. Another mobster, and then the critic. You lose twice as much reputation as normal. Others treat your reputation status as poor, and you lie. Okay, we got a lot, man. Mathematician, I've calculated the number 4. You announce the sum of all evil rolls. The doors. Okay, yeah. I understand. Okay. Priest, I'm the priest. You're a known good. So if you have calculated the number 4, I'm assuming that you lie if you announce a sum that is either slightly higher or slightly lower than the true sum. Okay. Here's the thing. If you're claiming 4, and there's 2 bad dudes, because the traitor is evil, right? It's not possible for that to be correct. The sum of all evil rolls. Yeah. So it can't be. You can't be good. It's not possible for you to be good. But that does probably mean that 3 is also evil, because then it would be 1. Well, if you calculated 4, then my bet is 3 is good and 4 is bad, because it's probably slightly higher than 4, which would be 5, meaning that it would be 4 and 1 are your bad guys. We're just going to make a bold guess, and we're going to see what happens, okay? You're the critic. Beautiful. You're the mobster. I might be the most cracked person to ever do it. Okay. Detective, something foul is afoot here. Have a look at the suspect list. Okay, yeah. Sure. We got the barkeep and the drunkard. We also have a bloodhound. We have a poisoner and a barkeep in play. Both are sources of tainted information. Roles that are tainted will be forced to lie even if they are good. And as such, you'll have to be much more vigilant. This duo, I remember the headaches they used to give me. What's worse is the barkeep transforms another role. When a transformation takes place, the ratio on the left can become outdated. Okay, yeah. Troubling. Indeed. Read the suspect list, listen to the people, and remember, a role that lies is not always evil. Yeah. Yep, that makes sense. So the barkeep. Oh, look at the bloodhound. When investigated, I announce the direction of the nearest evil role for me that is in my column or row. If the closest evil are the same distance away, I start barking. If I find no evil, I sniff. I will say that I feel like that you can't taint a dog, but I suppose maybe you can, I guess. Barkeep, I transform an innocent role into a drunkard. Drunkard, I lie and pretend to be a good not-in-play role. Yep. And then the poisoner, you taint a random innocent surrounding neighbor. Okay. That's good. Dude, the mathematician is crazy. So you're saying you're 3 steps away from the closest evil. So that can either be 4 or 6, and it is highlighting that. Let's open 4. It's another reporter. Okay. You're 1 step away from the closest evil. Okay, well, we know one of you is lying, right? And there's 2 evils. Mathematician lives in town. I've never heard of the priest. Okay. I mean, I just need more data. I need these now. It's a 3rd reporter? What the frick? Okay. That's a lot of reporters, man. It's just a good chunk of them. This is to cut string, I understand. So, this guy is looking at these 2. This guy is looking at these 2. We know that 2 of the 3 of them are the bad guys, right? So you would be accurate. Because if you're telling the truth, then the closest evil can't be 4 steps away, it'd be 1 step away, right? You physically can't be telling the truth. So you have to be one of the bads. So the barkeep transforms an innocent into a drunkard. That's fine. That means you're actually right, because you're 1 step away from an evil, which makes you the poisoner. I'm sorry that I'm so good that I don't even have to open the other doors, man. Detective, you might have noticed that as you investigate roles, time moves on. Investigating a role takes 2 hours, while arresting takes 1. Abilities do not take any time to use. You can see the current time on the clock in the top left. Up until now hasn't been important, but I must warn you. In many neighborhoods, there's still active danger lurking. Roles might change the state of the board over time. Sometimes it's best to arrest sooner rather than later. You got that right. Plus, it's not like you're paying me overtime. Okay. The hell's the clock tower? I'm assuming the serial killer, yeah. So every 9 hours, you kill an adjacent good roll. Okay. Yeah. And I'm assuming that having innocents die is not something that we're too interested in. Start with this. Clockmaker. The clock tower will ring from 8 to 9. Okay. So from 8 hour to 9 hour. So we're at 2 hour. And you kill at 9 hour. Okay. Therapist. I have 0 evil clients. So if you're telling the truth, then you're telling the truth. We should hear the clock tower go off. I'm assuming that the clockmaker lying announces a time that it will not ring. Okay, yeah. We'll pay attention to that. If you have 0, then I want to look down here. Reporter, I'm 1 step away from evil. Okay. That is very much so implying that this is evil. It would be this and this are evil if all 3 of these are telling the truth, which I to be honest with you, I think there's a chance they are. Okay, ring, that's at 8. So you're telling the truth, which means that if you're also telling the truth, this is a liar. The surgeon is here. On the 12th hour, you might kill an innocent. I think I need to see the live, man. Okay. It's a shame the reporter died. Clock tower will ring from 11 to 12. The serial killer killed an adjacent good, which makes you the serial killer, because this was correct. So you have to be a serial killer. And then the clock tower did not ring at the 11th hour, so you're also bad. And we knew this was right. Unfortunately, the surgeon still killed somebody, which is tough. I remember this case. I guess it doesn't matter if they died. There was a con man. While evil, the con man pretends, but does not lie. Okay, yeah, this can make them quite difficult to find and arrest. Just remember, an evil role is not always lying. Yeah. Copycat, I pretend to be a good in-play role. Okay, so this is now we can have... We could technically have 3 of the same role telling the truth, which is really messy. That's absurdly messy, man. Okay, a therapist, I have 1 evil. Okay? Let's investigate him. Mathematician, I've calculated the number 8. And there's 2. Okay. If you have 1 evil, the mathematician would have to be 5 and 3, which does check out. So if you're telling the truth, 5 and 3 works. 6 and 2 doesn't, because then you yourself would be lying, right? But you also, you could be a mobster, right? Or a con man, where you are not lying, right? You do not lie, yeah. This is really nice, being able to click and get all of the keywords and information about the person. This is a really well put together, delicate little game, man. I absolutely adore it. So lovely. And let it be known, a lot of people are gonna go, oh, Demon Bluff, Demon Bluff. I also like Demon Bluff. I just like deduction games, man. I think that both of them can coexist in the same space here, because they're doing something different, both of them. Similar, they're deduction games. Do you know how many deduction games there are? You ever sit down at a party, play Secret Hitler? Guess what? You can also play Werewolf, you can also play Avalon. They're all the same freaking game, man. And they're all great. There's certain times where you want to play a different one. So don't even think about it. And then go watch The Root Trees Are Dead if you like me investigating things with jazz. It's the second time I'll humor that one. I want to understand you. A vigilante. Frick. Frick. You pick a role. If the selected role is evil, I kill them. My guess is that a fake vigilante, though, can kill... When you're lying or tainted, you always miss. Okay. I think you're bad. But... Okay, but... If I kill the mathematician... And it hits him, we know the mathematician was bad. If I kill him and it misses... Then I guess the vigilante and the therapist could still be bad. But they can't. My brain hurts, I think. I think my brain hurts. A second mathematician that has calculated the number 8. Okay. Okay. I have to shoot this mathematician. Justice came for number 2. So that implies that you are the con man, right? You have to be the con man pretending to be the mathematician. Because you're telling the truth. Like, these are both doing the same thing. Theoretically, it could have been a copycat. Can the vigilante kill... No, it's only if they're evil, and the meddler is not evil. So 8 is correct, which means that 6 has to also be bad. That should be enough training, Lieutenant. The syndicate rages through the very heart of the city. It makes me sick. They must be stopped. We must stop them. We have to act now. Where do we begin? Let me show you what I've discovered so far, then you can pick which lead we pursue. Okay, sick. Yeah, dude, that went so well. Tickles the brain. It just tickles it ever so slightly. Crime never sleeps, so I guess I won't either. Not while the syndicate continues to spread. I've got work to do. Heck yeah, dude. And you got a banger mustache. Okay, case 1, case 2, or case 3. I mean, look, man. I'm gonna probably go hard every time. Which is a horrible... Oh my god, there's so many. Okay. Okay. I should not go hard every time. What's going on here? We got the partners. I announced the address and corresponding identity of an uninvestigated role. Starts investigated. And there's now 2 partners. Okay. We know the Spectre. The mobster lies. The mistress, I am surrounding the wife's partner unless the wife is lying or tainted. I make the wife jealous. I lie and pretend to be a suspected. What the frick is going on here, man? I shouldn't have done hard mode. Okay. You lie and pretend to be a suspected role. I make the wife jealous. Let's take a look at the wife. I pick an innocent partner. When investigated, I announce their address. I am adjacent to my innocent partner. Okay. So you're saying number 6 is the priest. That's something I can lock down. That's the wife. So you're lying. Fall guy. Other roles consider me as an evil underling. Other roles cannot pretend to be me. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, and you pretend to be a good in-play role. You can't be good. Right? It's not possible for you to be good because number 6 is not the priest, and there's nothing that can change that in here. Yeah, there's nothing that can change that. What's the skeptic? When investigated, I announce one address and its alignment. If your reputation status is poor, I lose faith in you. Well, it's excellent for now, man. You have to be lying. Yeah. Okay, good. That's the mistress. I am surrounding the wife's partner unless the wife is lying or tainted. I am surrounding the wife's partner. And the wife, I will never forgive my partner. I pick an innocent partner. When investigated, I announce their address. I am adjacent to my innocent partner. Did you do that? I guess I didn't even pay attention to if you did that. Okay. This is still fine. Number 2 is the fall guy. I mean, we know you're telling the truth. So number 2 is the fall guy. I don't need to do that. Let's check 3. You're the pressed. I mean, you're just lying. So that was easy. I think we got a little lucky on that one. But case solved, man. I'm 24% of the way there. I mean, dude, just run hard mode. Run hard mode. I'm doing okay. As long as I'm doing okay, we're gonna see where things go. 0 traitors, but 3 bads. Okay, 3 bads. Number 2 is the Spectre. I mean, that is pretty damning. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's pretty damning. Technically, we could have a partner lying. Let's check number 2. I don't think the Spectre... Can the Spectre target itself? I can't obscure myself. Okay. Okay. I mean, this is a hell of a play if you're gonna get me with that. I need more information. Reporter, I'm 3 steps away from the closest evil. You do validate the partner, so you two do tell the truth, and you both point towards that guy. Let's check 6. I'm 2 steps away. Okay. Okay. You all point towards that. You also technically point towards this. There can't be 2 reporters, but there can be a copycat. They're effectively telling the same thing, man. Check this one. That's the fall guy. The fall guy, all roles consider me as an evil underling. So technically this reporter is seeing the same. So that does make sense to me. I'm gonna tell you, I still think we need more info. Another reporter. You're 3 steps away. That means only this one, man. Okay. And that's a Taylor. I gotta remind myself the Taylor. Pick 2 roles. I announce if they're the same alignment. Okay. So but if you lie, you don't do that, right? Yeah, you announce the opposite. That makes it really tricky, to be honest with you. The fall guy, all roles consider you evil. So I think the best case scenario is check him and him. They are the same alignment. If you're we have too many things pointing towards you being bad. Okay, that's the Spectre. But there's still 2 more bads, man. So that means that this reporter was telling the truth. This reporter was telling the truth. That makes one of them the copycat. This one would not be telling the truth. You have to be a liar. I killed a reporter. Really? Really? I guess you're telling the truth. I mean, okay, wait a minute. Oh, frick. Wait. No. Hold on. Because you can only see. So if you're a reporter that is correct, man, then the Taylor has to be bad? Okay, wait, hold on. You're 3 steps away from the closest evil. There's only one that is there. Oh, but you are lying because you got poisoned by 5, which is the poisoner. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and now my reputation is poor. That makes a lot of sense, and that means you have to be bad. Oh my god, I got fired? That was the skeptic. Who was bad, man? You were pretending to be a reporter. Okay, I suck. Yeah. Yeah, I suck. I'll exit and I'll try again because I'm extremely horrible at the game. Yep. Do standard, please. Put me in, coach. I'm ready for a real run. I am going back to playing. You won't even give me a hard. That's fair. I'll play normal. 10 addresses in the town. That's a lot. Okay, we got a mistress and we got a poisoner. I don't understand the mistress, I'll be honest with you. Number 1 is the mailman. The partner's a really good way to start, man. Okay, number 1 is not the mailman. You're 2 away from the closest evil. But you do have a poisoner in play. You're a reporter, you're 3 away from the closest evil. Fantastic. Fantastic, yeah. So you only see him. You see him, and him. If you're... We have a poisoner, right? So poisoner could be... And you lie and pretend to be a role. So you could be lying and poisoned him, which validates him easily. Or, if you're telling the truth, one of these 3 is bad, you have to be bad. But you would also have to be bad, and you would have to be bad. It's not possible. Because you can't be 3 away from the closest evil while having these 2 both be bad. So believe it or not, I think this is the poisoner, man. Yeah, I mean, we can actually confirm that. And you poisoned him, which confirms him. That means you're not bad. But we know nothing else, right? Which is good. Can I, yeah, dude, I can cross those off. That's sick. Okay, so then we have a partner, and we have a reporter, and those are confirmed goods at this point. Which is excellent, right? That's excellent. Let's do 8. A Taylor. Taylor is not the most useful thing on the planet, in my opinion. But what the tailor can do is I can take a known good and bad to confirm he's telling the truth, right? They are not the same alignment. So you're a known good. I think that's the value of the tailor, to be honest. Therapist, I have 0 evil clients. I believe that, to be honest. The wife, I will never forgive my partner. I pick an innocent partner. When investigated, I announce their address and I am adjacent to my innocent partner. The bloodhound sniffed. Okay. If the closest evil rolls are the same distance away from me, if you find no evil, when investigated, I announce the direction of the nearest evil roll from me that is in my column or row. So there's none in your column or row, unless you're lying, right? It's another therapist. There's a ring of the clock tower. We do have a clockmaker potentially. You have 1 evil client. You have 0 evil client. One of you has to be lying. Which is good. Okay, that's really good. I mean, all signs point to you being the bad one, right? Because Bloodhound would have noticed you're bad. Okay. Boy, these are a little trickier, man. Give me another hard. I like the pain. This is so many suspects, man. Who's the artist? When investigated, I announce a role an evil role is pretending to be. Okay. Number 1 is the Bloodhound. Number 7 is the Tailor. We already have 2 partners, but we do have a copycat. And we have a drunkard. I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff here. So number 1 is the Bloodhound. You're corroborated, and you're pointing south. Okay. So you're corroborating that, which then tells me you are not a partner, okay? You are the partner. You're not a partner, but you could be anything else, okay? So the drunkard, you lie. The copycat, you lie, but you don't lie. You tell the truth. Yeah, you tell the truth. So if this is the Tailor, I'm going to tell you, I think you're the copycat. Like, that makes sense to me. And then we're just going to confirm this, because this Tailor should be a correct Tailor, and you would say both of them are good. Yeah, they're the same alignment. Okay. I think this all checks out. I'm pleased with this. Bloodhound is then also true here, which means one of these 2 is bad. You're just pointing south. Is that a direct south? Probably a fall guy. Okay. I mean, that also makes sense. Mailman, the weatherman lives in town. I've never heard of the partner. Okay. I mean, that's just blatantly wrong, right? Very much so blatantly wrong. Well, you could be a drunk, right? You could absolutely be a drunk. Because you could be a good role pretending to be bad. There's also a poisoner, man, which is brutal. You're the one getting spectered. I'll be the priest. I mean, the priest, this is an easy way for us to just kill one. Like, we know that the priest is never going to do that. I mean, I just need more information. I don't feel so good. Brother, frick, it's only... Yeah. So you're tainted by the poisoner. So the surrounding is anywhere within 8 tiles. So you're the poisoner who tainted the priest. Okay. And then there's still a specter because that's how you got messed up. Artist, I have painted a mailman. So the artist is, I announce a role that is an evil role. That one of the roles that is pretending to be evil. So the mailman, I'm going to tell you that we knew you were lying. But that would then mean that you open the door, okay? It's the wife, that's fine. The mailman has to be the specter. Because if there was another mailman, then that could have gotten weird. But since this was not a mailman, the artist had to be telling the truth. I guess the artist could have been lying. The artist could have been the drunk. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Friggin' send it. Let's do a hard one. Okay. Number 8 is the artist. I love when they just, like, immediately corroborate each other, man. I have painted a partner. Okay. Frick. I mean, that's awful. That does not help me at all. Gossip. When investigated, I announced the number of surrounding neighbors an evil role has. Okay. Just start opening stuff. You're spectered. Okay, so we have a specter. There's 3 underlings. We know we have a specter. Weatherman. Forecast today 2, 9, and 11. So Weatherman is announcing 3 addresses. 1 leads to an innocent, 1 to a meddler, 1 to a traitor. Or underling, right? A bad dude. So 2, 9, and 11. Let's open 2, 9, and 11. The skeptic says number 6 is evil. Freaking hell, man. Can y'all just, like, tell it? Literally all of you have lied so far, it feels like. And then 11 is the priest who is saying, I'll be the priest. Okay. So, one of you, if the weatherman is telling the truth, which I'm not sure he is, because I have no idea whether he is or isn't. If the weatherman is telling the truth, then we don't know anything about the specter, though. I just need more information. The milkman. After the 24th hour, I become evil. Okay, well, I got you before then, so we don't have to worry about you. That's just a known entity on the board. Give me 3 as a tailor. Okay. I want to check 10 and 11. They are the same alignment. This is what I feared. I think 11 is the drunkard. Okay? There's a chance that Taylor is just bad. But I don't want to immediately kill the priest. Because if the priest is the drunkard, it will show up as this. We got burned by that in the past. The wife. I still don't get the wife, man. Just do this. A mailman. The milkman lives. I've never heard of the copycat. Okay? I mean, you're kind of corroborated as well. You have an evil client. If the mailman is lying, both parts of my announcement will be false. So you have to be telling the truth because we do have a milkman. Which means that the therapist, if the therapist is correct, this has to be... Which means that you would be evil, you would be bad, 9 would be good. I think you have to be evil. You're a drunkard. Okay, then that means that 11 is the bad. 10 and 11 cannot be the same alignment. So 11 has to be bad. You poisoned this guy, which didn't matter. 3 has to be bad. And then there's still 1. So 2, 9, and 11. That seems right. Number 8 is the artist. I have painted a partner. I think the artist is bad. Poisoner, does poisoner hit surrounding? Frick. Okay, so you poisoned you. You do not have an evil. You're bad. Okay. What am I missing? The 3 evils are dead man. But after the 24th hour, the milkman becomes evil, so I should arrest him too. Okay. We lost a little reputation. I mean, I'm just gonna keep doing hards, man. I'm gonna keep doing hards. Okay, we have a private eye. On the 10th hour, you announce the address of an uninvestigated underling if possible. And if you're tainted, you announce the address of a non. Okay. Number 2 is the tailor. Number 2 is not the tailor. Number 2 is the mathematician. You've calculated 17. So 3 numbers that add up to 17. And we know that 2 or 6 has to be... Well, not necessarily. There's a poisoner, man. Frick. Okay. Clockmaker. Clock tower will ring from 10 to 11. That's an easy way to confirm the clockmaker. Milkman. Okay. You become evil after the 24th hour. Tailor. Yeah. I feel like the tailor's a really, really important role that I have just, like, massively misused every single time. Okay, clock tower is ringing at 10. So this clockmaker is telling the truth. So you are good. You could be the copycat for what it's worth. You could absolutely be a copycat. You have 0 evil clients. Therapist looks at surrounding or adjacent? Adjacent. You're telling the truth. You're just useless. Unfortunately. But you are telling the truth because it's not possible for you to have surroundings. Give me 11. A fall guy. Sure. Doesn't help me a lot. Wife. I pick an innocent partner. When investigated, I announce their address. Still have no idea what you mean. Number 1 is an underling. Okay. I mean, I would believe you, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. After the 24th hour, you become evil as well. So, I theoretically could just wait. But I need to wait some other way. Do I have enough info here? I guess this is where I have to do the tailor. So if the clockmaker is telling the truth, the therapist is telling the truth. The fall guy, there's 3 meddlers. Dude, the drunkard just, like, might as well take my brain and just grab it with your bare hands and start pulling apart individual pieces of my cerebellum. The drunkard and the mobster do not help with this. Although, actually, there's no lying goods except for drunkard. Poisoner also frickin' blows, man. I think you could be tainting... I think you could be a poisoner tainting him. When I'm lying or tainted, I pick an underling partner instead. When the mistress is in play, I am not lying or tainted. I will announce I will never forgive my partner. This is the part I was missing, man. Okay. Yeah. So there's a mistress in play because the wife says I will never forgive my partner. Yeah. Okay. So we have a mistress. Number 1 is an underling. If you're lying, I think I have to do that. So that's the mobster. Now the mathematician's a problem. Because who... I think you're the poisoner, okay? You're a partner? Okay. You were correct. I mean, dude, I think that just means that you're lying, but also you're lying. So that's 1, 6. That's 7. That would make 10 bad. They're not the same alignment. You were a drunkard. No! Bro, it's impossible. This is why you don't play on hard mode the entire time. If you can beat hard mode, please go try it. Go download the demo of Dupery. My brain feels properly molded into a tight little spherical shell and then ran over by a car. But I had a great time. I enjoyed it a lot. That's Dupery. There's apparently going to be over 200 roles in this game. There's 20 plus in the demo alone. What a fascinating situation. Okay, releases sometime later this year, I think. So go check it out. Wishlist it. Check out the demo. What a fun little game. Published by Roguelike Games. They don't publish bad games. It's just how it works. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.